I think relative to all players in positions or platforms, where you're the face of the franchise. If you take that as a category, face of franchises, relative to all sports, I think you should have an appreciation of a foundational element of sport, and he's always getting better. He's always improving on things in his game. That's one thing that I think is supremely important, specifically at the quarterback position. But something that I think people don't really recognize. All the best players in all of our sports that we all love growing up, the common denominator is there's players with talent that continue to attack and master the position, and it takes time. And I think his strength will be what he'll lean on as his career continues. That he's going to be a better version of what the world last saw of.
Okay, so that was Coach right there talking about Tua. I got Tua's career stats so far. He said Tua got better each year, so we put up the stats to see if he really did or not. But injuries might be considered in regards to these stats. First year he played 10 games. Next year he played 13. That next year he played 13. 2023 he played 17, and he went right back down to 11. So let me know how y'all feel about what Mike McDaniel said. Do you think there's like some context clues in regards to how you feel about Tua? Let me know.
First off, I want to say this. Listening to Mike McDaniel talk on a consistent basis hurts my head.
Yeah.
He's always gibber mouthing, like his mouth is full of Novocaine and trying to come up with every sophisticated word he's ever heard in his whole life and say it in one sentence. And it drives me absolutely crazy.
It's the mumbling for me too. It's the I'm like, okay, cool.
I think because he's constantly trying to think of the biggest words possible that he can use to describe something that he could just spit out.
I think he just mentally he wants to impress people, because I'm not trying to be an ass here, but I do know he was like a nerd growing up, so maybe. I'm not trying to like troll him, but I'm just saying, I'm putting.
All right, but he should be out. If he sits there and talks to his wife like that, how did you get her to go on a date with you?
How did
you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
Would you like to go out?
Would you like
possibly have this superior dinner with me and at an extremely well lit, positive environment? You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, listen, it's crazy.
Tua, I think, is good enough to win. Is he a franchise quarterback? No, he's not a franchise quarterback. A franchise quarterback, you got to be able to depend on. You can't depend on Tua because of the injuries. Is Tua good enough to win a championship with? Absolutely. We've seen worse quarterbacks win championships.
That's true.
Does Tua need the right things around him to be successful? Yeah, lots of quarterbacks do. But the biggest concern with Tua is the injuries. We can't rely on him on a consistent basis to stay healthy, and you can't go through that. How many real franchise quarterbacks are there in the NFL? How many really are there franchise guys? A handful. There's only a handful.
Maybe 4 to 5. Yeah, you're right.
Most of these other guys can be replaced. How many other quarterbacks could you put in Jalen Hurts' spot? And they could have won a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles.
I mean, that's true.
No, too. I think there's quite a few that could.
Yeah, that team is stacked. I'm not gonna.
I think there's quite a few that could. You know what I mean?
So do you think like 10? You think 10 quarterbacks?
I think probably definitely 10, because you got 4 or 5 that are top notch. If you put Josh Allen over there, of course.
Yeah.
You put Patrick Mahomes over there, of course.
What about
Joe Burrow over there, of course.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson over there, of course. And then you got the Jared Goffs. Could Jared Goff win a championship? Why not? You know what I mean? Why couldn't he? obviously Jalen Hurts, Justin
Stafford.
Herbert, possibly Stafford. Yep, absolutely Stafford. There's definitely Jordan Love, possibly. There's definitely a bunch of them. There's definitely a bunch of them. So you know, is Tua a franchise quarterback? No. Is he good enough to win? Can he play at high level? Can he play at a top 5 level at times? Absolutely. We've seen it. And at times he plays badly. We've seen that too. But I know that when we gave him a good offensive line, we had the number 1 offense of all of football, and you can't ask for more than that. You can't ask for more than that. And if we would have stayed healthy that year, we would have won the division, and I think we would have won playoff games. So, you get what you can give them Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle all you want and say, oh, well, we gave you weapons. Well, if you didn't give him protection, if you didn't give him a stable running game,
it don't even matter.
He's still behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
my opinion, before I get to my opinion, do you guys think that Tua reached his ceiling? Because as you can see here, first year 44.8 QBR, 55.7. Then in 2022, our good year, he had a 70.6. And then right after that, he fell off, 61.5. And then he got a 60.3 this last year. Do you think Tua could ever reach that 70.6%?
Yeah, I mean, I think he can perfect the offense better. He can get better at perfecting the offense and get the offense better. Do I think he's going to ever get physically better than what he is right now? No. I mean, I think he's reached that point. You know what I mean? He can do what he can do well, and I don't think there's much improvement. His superpower is his anticipation, his accuracy up to a certain point, and he's great at that. And those are the things that. What else can he improve? He's not going to improve his arm strength. He's not going to improve his mobility. He's not going to be able to improve him staying healthy. So, I mean, there's only limited things he can get better at. And he's pretty damn good at the few things.
I don't know if I should say this. I'm probably going to get killed for it, to be honest. But here we go. I'll say it for only 2 minutes, and that's it with my chest. What I've seen with Tua, like Big C said, you can win against the elite teams. You can, Tua. The question is the trenches, like we were just talking about, your health. And damn it, I'm going to say it. You can do it, Tua. You can actually get this team to a playoff win and more. The question is, what are you going to do in the offseason? Are you going to go to Tropical Park and work with Nick Hicks, work on your mobility, things of that nature, and protecting yourself? And then we attack the trenches for you. There is spots in his game that he has shown us daily that he can become the guy that all Dolphin fans have been waiting for. And I have a lot of fans on my show that have been watching, like Mr. Park, 1970 season, something that I always go into NFL films and watch Ed and Steve Sable. And I used to sit there and be like, damn, dude, I want what that feeling is. How did you go undefeated and then go run it back to back? How did you have a respectful organization in the 80s going into not ending in 1997? How did you do it? Because you had a quarterback. You always found a way. Bob went down, you put in Earl. Dan went down, we still found ways to win because you had a coach that trusted in your quarterback. Same thing that goes along inside in high school football. They teach you that. If there's no trust between your quarterback and your coach, you're never going to be a winning team, period. And Mike, it's time to trust Tua. I can't believe I'm saying good things about Tua here, but that's the only thing you're going to get out of me. There's something that shows that Tua can do it. I don't want to put the narrative elite franchise, or he's the next big thing since Dan Marino, which everyone keeps telling me. Dan this was this, Dan was that. Tua needs to do what Dan did. No, he doesn't. I need you to break the curse and become a winning organization team. You do that first step, Tua, you will get a lot of respect from this fan base, and a lot of us will shut up, including me. Prove me wrong. Prove us all wrong that we want to be a winning team. I'm sick and tired of being a 7, a 10 winning team and waiting 8 more years to be into the playoff appearance. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be a winner. I'm sick and tired of watching the Buffalo Bills. I'm sick and tired of watching the Patriots back then. And now people are speculating that the Patriots could overlap us.
Exactly.
I want to be a winner. That's all I have to say. I feel strongly in that department that I need to be a winner this year. That's it.
Hey, Tua, I want to be a winner too, but we can't be winners if you're consistently like this. We cannot be
winners. Wrong as hell for that. Damn. You are wrong as hell for that.
Oh. Hey, I just found this on Twitter. I thought this would be funny.
Hey, if they come after you, DG, I didn't start it. So, hey, that's all I got to say, man. Shoot.
I don't know how the AI work. I don't know how AI work. This is why I seen. This is not real life. Whoever think this is real life, please calm down. This is just Tua in a wheelchair, an AI version of it. Okay?
I could already hear the trolls. I could already hear it.
So this picture leads me to ask you guys how much games you think Tua will play this year.
I plead the fifth. I'll let Big C take this one.
There's no possible way to even try to predict that. I mean, another head injury, he's going to miss 4 of the 6. And it's not even that he needs to miss 4 of the 6. He's the poster boy for concussions of the NFL. He was symptom free after 1 week last year, but because he's Tua and because the whole world stops and watch every time Tua suffers a head injury, we gotta make the masses happy. We gotta make the social media happy. We gotta make the media happy and put him on injured reserve.
Yeah.
So he's gonna miss 4 of the 6 definitely with another head injury, and then we have no idea about the hip. The Miami Dolphins kept us in the dark with the hip.
And he actually last year he was on the injury reserve for that same hip for like a week or so. I guess it kind of like bothered him a little bit still, so that was a little concerning when I heard that.
And then Scotty says, a quarterback reaches their mental mastery of a system and this and that. And Tom Brady did it at a later age. Are we holding hope that Tua's brain lasts that long? I mean,
that's dangerous too, Big C.
It's dangerous, but we at that point now.
Yeah, because that's another bad move by Chris Greer. Again, Tua is good enough to win with. You just can't build a team around a player that you can't. Tua could go out and he could have a better stat season, 100%. He could go out and throw 40 touchdowns, 9-10 interceptions, 4,500 yards. He can improve on that, absolutely, 100%. But you can't rely on someone you can't rely and build a team around someone that you don't know how many games they're going to play year in and year out. You can't build a team around someone you don't know if a regular football tackle is going to make them miss the season. You can't rely on someone that one hit can end their career.
True.
I
mean, go ahead, Ice.
No, Cook, DG, it's your show, man.
Man, we know Tua for having a lot of injuries, so that's what our concern is about him. So with a quarterback, of that stature, you would expect him to be, working a little bit more harder, trying to preserve his NFL career. But I don't know how you guys feel about it. I just wanted your guys' opinion about Tua's recent, partying ventures.
Hey, everyone was destroying social media, Twitter that day.
Yeah, everybody was going crazy on social media. I don't know how you guys felt. I like hearing Miami Dolphin fans' opinion about this because this is actually funny to me. It's like 2 different sides: people defending Tua, people who are with Tua. Even though we haven't gotten no playoff wins, people are still with Tua while he partying. But Ice, I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, dude, look, I get it, the injuries and all that, Big C and DG, but you're the quarterback, right? We gave you all this money. It's time to put up or shut up. One last ride with you. You get injured, that's it. We'll bench you, and I think it's time, Big C. You were talking about the brain, bro, and a lot of Dolphin fans don't want to talk about it, but I'm not scared to. I'll do it with my chest open. You know how it is with me. The brain is nothing to be mentioned because CTE, all that good stuff in high school to make you And in college, they do the same thing. You have to write a contract in order that you know what you're buying into. Same thing with the NFL. And Tua constantly getting blown to the head, choking your brain. When you get older and you make it to your 40s and 50s, if you're lucky, you're turning into Mike Webster too if you keep this up. Learn how to protect yourself. I don't want to see this anymore. How on national television, like I sound like a broken record, but why are we, the Dolphin fans and the Dolphins logo, why do we constantly on national television being made fun of? Let's be honest, we're the laughing stock. Like Big C said, what was it? The word that you said about Tua, Big C, using him on the pedestal of concussion.
Oh, he's the poster boy.
There we go. That's not a good look for any Dolphins fan, for all of us. And I think it's maybe you guys are right. Draft a quarterback, and we'll see in that valuation room later on in weeks or months to come. And in this video here, a lot of people were trolling, saying he shouldn't be doing this. He should be out working like Jalen Hurts is doing right now currently. But the man's got a life to live as well, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just chill out on that part. But go ahead, I'll let you guys. That's all I had to say on that incident with Tua.
Before you go, Big C, let me just tell you this in this fashion. You know, I don't have a problem with Tua doing this, but, you know, I would rather see him post like a workout video, show us that he's working, and then you can enjoy your life after. True. You know, this being the only content I see of you this whole off season, you know, it's not going to really make me think what you're doing off of camera, you know, and I'm really concerned in regards to, you know, maybe he is working. Maybe he worked out 2 times before this little party that he went to. Who knows? But just seeing this only, this is the content that I'm seeing. You know, I haven't seen this from other quarterbacks who have more success from Tua. So it kind of unnerves me. So I don't know how you feel about it. You let me know.
I mean, this doesn't bother me whatsoever. I mean, he's young, he's rich, he's famous. Listen, I'd be doing way worse than that, bro.
Yo,
I want to be married. I want to be married.
Yeah, exactly. He's married right now. That's his girl right there.
Cool. I wouldn't be married. I'd be.
Hey,
I'd be having Tyreek Hill kids. Listen, man, that don't bother me.
You be doing some Wolf of Wall Street, huh? I see you.
Listen,
I feel like Tua, he's gonna be more controlled than Tyreek Hill. Like Tua's not gonna have different girls.
Listen, I would. What? Me? What? I have sister wives. They make a program after me.
Oh man. My God.
Listen, this guy, you know, that's what people like to do. That's what media likes to do. They like to record the things that look bad. Nobody wants to show the good stuff. You know what I mean? That's not interesting. That's not news. This is news. You know what I mean? Look at Tua's out partying. He should be at all times. He should have his face buried in the playbook. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, people don't want to show him doing that. You think Jalen Hurts is spending his whole life in the playbook? No, he got lucky that he's got a great offensive line that the Giants were stupid enough to let Saquon Barkley go. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't bother me.
You know, like with like certain situations as to where, you know, you're at a workplace and everybody take their job seriously in a different type of way. You know, some people at the workplace take their job more serious than others. You know, but other people, they don't really care about the job. You know, they clock in, and then they clock out. Then there's some people who work in extra overtime just to make sure when they're on the clock, they perform it. You know, so to it seemed like when he clock in. Like what's mandatory, he will do it. Do you think he'll go the extra mile to get that much better? You know, we don't know because we don't see him working out every day.
Well, it's been said that he's called the receivers to get together, that he gets together with the receivers and, you know, and throws passes and they run routes. And I mean, he does do that. He does do it. Does he do it as much as everybody wants him to? No, because he hasn't won a championship. He hasn't won a playoff game. So yeah, everybody's going to think that he needs to spend every waking moment, but it's unrealistic.
Raphael, my bad, Big C. Raphael, what you talking about, man?
Wow,
dude,
man.
Raphael, dude. Yo.
Japan. He didn't even say U.S. He said Japan.
Big
He was
C,
outside.
Big C, you see what you started, man? Damn, dog.
Oh
Shoot.
man, bro. But hey, my opinion on this, man. This is another video of him partying with Baker Mayfield. You see, okay, he's with another quarterback, but at least Baker Mayfield won a playoff game. You haven't won no playoff game. He's over there with who is this? Quentin Bell.
It looked like Quentin or Mo Camara, something like that.
That got to be Quentin Bell.
I
Tua, he got the ukulele. He loved playing that right there.
That's
I'm not hating on him. I want him to enjoy his life, but at the same time, it's kind of like if you have kids, you want your kids before your kids have fun. You want to make sure they do their homework first. Did you get your homework done? Yes, mom. Okay, that's what I want to see. Don't go outside playing if your homework is not done. I don't know. You gotta press them. You gotta, hey, let me talk to your teacher.
Hey, if you press Tua,
I mean, I know that I've seen this offense struggle to get first downs when Tua wasn't in the game, and when Tua was in the game, we were scoring right under 25 points a game, which should be good enough to win in the NFL. I mean, the guy obviously prepares. Like I'm not the hugest Tua fan. I'm a Miami Dolphin fan first and foremost.
True.
And I've said why he can't be the franchise quarterback. But I mean, we can't criticize the guy for everything. This is what 1-2 days out of his whole life that we're witnessing. He's not allowed that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Social media, Big C and DG. You know how it goes. It comes with the sacrifice of Tua doing this. Oh my God, everyone's gonna eat this up alive, dude. I'll tell you.
Yeah, because like Big C,
and he's with his wife and kids. Is he having such a he can't have family time? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Big C, like how social media is in regards to receipts. There's even a whole Twitter page in regards to Dolphins.
Dolphin.
So they're keeping.
Yeah, they'll show all the bad stuff and none of the good stuff. They won't show him throwing. They won't show him throwing passes to his receivers in the offseason or him studying his playbook or staying after. How about when he was out with his concussion and he was in every one of the different position meeting rooms trying to learn their positions too. You know what I mean? Trying to learn the ins and outs of every position. You know what I mean? Like, what about that?
He works hard, but what's that dude from the Baltimore Ravens, bro, back then in the 2000s that won a Super Bowl? But he wasn't like that, the best player.
Trent Dilfer.
Thank you, bro. That's the one. Maybe Tua can be what that guy is.
He's better than Trent Dilfer, though. We got to give him some credit.
I'll give you that talent-wise, throwing the ball. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Trent Dilfer. They did everything around him to help him out to get that Super Bowl. But I don't feel like the Dolphins did a good enough job. They had Ozzie Newsome around that time. One of the best GMs of all time.
He's chunky, yo. Tua's chunky. That means we getting the. Someone said it early in the chat too, but we getting chunky Tua.
But like one thing somebody told me about Tua being in this form is like look at Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes looks just like kind of like a little pudgy, not muscular, but he could still make it happen. I'm not making that an excuse for Tua, but I'm just saying it's not rare to see a quarterback of this fashion, of this shape, playing in the NFL. So I kind of
we taught him Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's all. I'm gonna just take a shot with Ryan Fitzpatrick. I love him, but man ate cakes in the summertime and then went to training camp and balled out. Just saying, but taking my shots right now. Go ahead.
Hey brothers, I gotta get out of here, but I appreciate you having me on. It was a great time. Make sure you come check out the Finn Posse podcast. Listen, I'll do you one better. I get the 700 subscribers by tomorrow. That's 39 subs I need. I'll give away this jersey and $500 cash tomorrow's show.
Hey, y'all go get to it right now, man. Hurry up, man.
Subscribe, and just show up to tomorrow's show. If I hit 700 subscribers, we'll do the drawing tomorrow.